They measured the heavens with gold, stone, and shadow, yet their calendars vanished, their secrets buried. What if the ancients knew time in a way we no longer understand, and left us clues hiding in plain sight? Beneath the crystal waters off the Greek island of Antikythera, divers in 1901 recovered a corroded mass of bronze and wood from the wreckage of an ancient ship. At first, it appeared to be little more than debris, but as conservators worked, they uncovered a device unlike anything else from antiquity. Intricate bronze gears, precisely cut teeth, and delicate inscriptions hinted at a purpose far beyond ordinary craftsmanship. Now known as the Antikythera Mechanism, the artifact is dated to around the 2nd century BCE. Scholars believe it functioned as an astronomical calculator, capable of predicting the positions of the sun, moon, and possibly the planets. Through a series of interlocking gears, some with tooth counts based on advanced mathematical ratios, it could track lunar phases, solar cycles, and eclipses with astonishing accuracy. The level of engineering required was thought impossible for its time, rivaling the complexity of medieval European clocks made more than 1,000 years later. Radiographic imaging has revealed at least 30 gears housed in a compact wooden case, along with inscriptions suggesting its use for both astronomical observation and calendrical purposes. Yet questions remain. Who built it? Was it the work of a lone genius inspired by the teachings of Archimedes? Or part of a broader tradition of ancient mechanical science now lost to history? No other device of comparable complexity from the ancient world has ever been found. Today, the Antikythera Mechanism sits in the National Archaeological Museum of Athens, a silent reminder that the boundaries of ancient knowledge may have been far wider than we imagine, and that somewhere in time, other marvels may still lie waiting to be uncovered. Scattered across the former territories of the Roman Empire, small bronze objects have puzzled archaeologists for centuries. Each is a 12-sided hollow polyhedron, known today as a Roman dodecahedron, crafted with remarkable precision. Every face is a perfect pentagon, pierced by a circular hole of varying size, and at each vertex, a small spherical knob protrudes. Dozens have been found, dating from the 2nd to 4th centuries CE, across regions from Britain to Hungary, often in fields or hordes but rarely in urban centers. No ancient text mentions them. No inscription explains their use. They appear in no surviving inventory of Roman tools, weapons, or ornaments. Their size ranges from a few centimeters to nearly a fist in diameter, and their manufacture shows skilled metalworking, yet their function remains an enigma. Scholars have proposed countless theories. Some suggest they served as measuring devices for surveying or calculating distances, possibly using the differing hole sizes to gauge objects at specific ranges. Others believe they may have been used in textile work, perhaps for knitting gloves or weaving patterns. There are also arguments for their use as astronomical sighting instruments, candlestick holders, or even ritual objects tied to divination. Yet, without written evidence, certainty remains elusive. The variety of hole diameters, the absence of wear patterns, and their inconsistent distribution only deepen the puzzle. Today, these strange bronze polyhedra rest in museum cases. Mute, symmetrical, and inscrutable, they invite us to imagine the lost knowledge of their makers and remind us that even in an empire as well documented as Rome, some mysteries have quietly resisted the passage of 2 millennia. In a secure display at the Neues Museum in Berlin stands an artifact as dazzling as it is perplexing, the Berlin Gold Hat. Dating to the late Bronze Age, around 1000 to 800 BCE, it is a tall, conical object made from a single sheet of thin gold, meticulously beaten, engraved, and ornamented. Standing nearly 75 centimeters high, its shimmering surface is covered with hundreds of intricate symbols, concentric circles, solar disks, and repeating geometric patterns, arranged in precise horizontal bands. The craftsmanship is extraordinary. The gold sheet, less than a millimeter thick, was shaped without tearing and decorated with remarkable uniformity. While its form resembles a tall ceremonial headdress, its purpose is far from ornamental. Researchers believe it functioned as a complex, portable calendar. The patterns, when read in sequence, encode the Metonic cycle, a 19-year period aligning solar and lunar calendars, allowing ancient astronomers or priests to calculate seasons, lunar phases, and key agricultural dates. Similar conical gold hats have been found in France, Switzerland, and southern Germany, suggesting a shared cultural or ritual tradition among Bronze Age societies of Central Europe. They may have been worn by high-ranking figures, possibly priest astronomers, who combined ceremonial roles with the practical task of keeping time. Yet questions linger. Was the Berlin gold hat purely a scientific instrument, or also a symbol of divine authority? Did its wearer travel between communities, bringing both knowledge and ritual power? And how did Bronze Age artisans develop such precise astronomical understanding without written records? Today, it gleams under museum lights, a fragile yet enduring testament to a prehistoric mastery of metal and time, still whispering secrets we have only begun to decode. Unearthed in 1844 near the village of Aventin in western France, the Aventin gold cone is one of the most enigmatic treasures of Europe's Bronze Age. Dating to around 1000 to 800 BCE, it is fashioned from a single, delicately hammered sheet of gold, just fractions of a millimeter thick. The cone tapers gracefully to a point, standing over 55 centimeters tall, its surface meticulously decorated with horizontal bands of stamped motifs, sun disks, concentric circles, and intricate geometric patterns repeated with almost mathematical precision. At first glance, it appears ceremonial, perhaps part of a headdress for a high-ranking figure. But comparative studies with other similar artifacts, the Berlin gold hat, the Schifferstadt gold hat, and the Ebrul gold cone, suggest a far deeper purpose. Researchers believe these objects formed part of a sophisticated timekeeping system. The arrangement of symbols encodes astronomical cycles, including the Metonic cycle, enabling the prediction of lunar phases, solar positions, and the synchronization of lunar and solar calendars over a 19-year period. Such precision indicates a society with a keen understanding of celestial movements, despite the absence of written records. The cones may have been worn by a class of ritual specialists, priest astronomers, whose authority combined both spiritual and practical knowledge. Yet the Aventin gold cone is incomplete. Its base is missing, leaving unanswered questions about how it was mounted or worn. Was it a portable calendar, a ceremonial crown, or both? And how was such complex knowledge transmitted in a prehistoric world? Today, the Aventin gold cone rests in the Musée d'Archéologie Nationale at Saint-Germain-en-Laye, its delicate golden surface still guarding the silent mathematics of an ancient sky. Discovered in 1835 by farmers plowing a field near Schifferstadt, Germany, the Schifferstadt gold hat is one of the most remarkable artifacts of Europe's late Bronze Age. Dating to around 1400 to 1300 BCE, it is crafted from an exceptionally thin sheet of gold, skillfully hammered into a tall, tapering cone just over 29 centimeters high. Its surface is richly decorated with an intricate sequence of stamped motifs, rings, solar disks, and repeating geometric shapes, arranged in precise horizontal bands. Though visually striking, the hat's significance reaches far beyond ornamentation. Comparative analysis with other conical gold hats, the Berlin gold hat, Aventin gold cone, and the Ebrul gold cone, suggests these were not merely ceremonial crowns, but complex astronomical instruments. The arrangement of symbols appears to encode calendrical data, allowing the tracking of both solar and lunar cycles, including the 19-year Metonic cycle, which reconciles the solar year with lunar months. Such knowledge would have been invaluable to Bronze Age societies, guiding agricultural planting, religious festivals, and seasonal rituals. The Schifferstadt gold hat may have been worn by a high-ranking figure, possibly a priest astronomer, whose role bridged science, religion, and political authority. Its excellent preservation provides rare insight into the metallurgical skill of its makers. The gold, barely thicker than paper, was shaped without tearing, and the decorative precision reflects an advanced understanding of both art and measurement. Yet the deeper story remains elusive. How was this knowledge acquired, and why have so few such objects survived? Were they symbols of a pan-European network of timekeepers, or the sacred tools of isolated communities. Today, the Schifferstadt gold hat rests in the Historical Museum of the Palatinate, still radiating the golden light of a Bronze Age sky and the mystery of a calendar worn as a crown. In 1999, on a hillside near Nebra in central Germany, two metal detectorists uncovered a find that would rewrite our understanding of prehistoric astronomy, the Nebra Sky Disk. Dating to around 1600 BCE, during the European Bronze Age, the disk is a circular bronze plate about 32 centimeters across, its surface inlaid with gold symbols. A crescent moon, a round sun, or full moon, a scattering of stars, and a distinctive cluster identified as the Pleiades. Radiating gold arcs along the edges were later added, likely representing the horizon and the solstices, while a curved golden band at the base may depict a solar boat, a motif seen in other Bronze Age cultures. The artistry is striking, but the precision is even more remarkable. The placement of the arcs aligns with the sun's rising and setting points during solstices, suggesting the disk was a tool for tracking seasonal changes. The Nebra Sky Disk is unique. No other artifact from prehistoric Europe combines such explicit astronomical imagery with practical alignment markers. It indicates that Bronze Age societies in Central Europe possessed far more advanced celestial knowledge than previously thought, potentially linking them to long-distance cultural exchanges across Eurasia. Yet, the disk's exact purpose remains debated. Was it a functional astronomical instrument, a sacred ritual object, or both? Its carefully layered modifications hint at evolving uses and beliefs over generations. Today, the Nebra Sky Disk resides in the State Museum of Prehistory in Halle, Germany. It stands as one of the oldest known depictions of the cosmos, a 3,600-year-old record of the sky, carrying within its golden symbols a bridge between the scientific and the sacred. Rising from the Salisbury Plain in southern England, Stonehenge has stood for over 4,000 years, its massive sarsen and bluestone pillars forming one of the world's most enduring prehistoric monuments. While its construction and purpose have long been debated, recent research has strengthened a compelling idea, the Stonehenge calendar hypothesis. This theory suggests that the monument functioned as a giant solar calendar, designed to track the passing of the year with remarkable accuracy. The arrangement of the 30 upright sarsen stones in the outer circle, along with their lintels, may represent the days of a month, with intercalations aligning the cycle to a solar year of 365.25 days. The heel stone and certain sightlines appear to mark key astronomical events. Most famously, the sunrise of the summer solstice and the sunset of the winter solstice. Archaeologists propose that each segment of the circle could correspond to a 10-day week, creating a 12-month system with an extra 5 or 6 days to complete the year. This structure would have allowed its builders to synchronize seasonal ceremonies, agricultural activities, and perhaps even religious festivals. Yet, while the alignments are precise, direct evidence for such a calendrical system is elusive. Was Stonehenge primarily an observatory, a ceremonial center, or both? The complexity of its design, combined with its alignment to celestial events, suggests a society deeply attuned to the rhythms of the sun and seasons. Today, Stonehenge continues to draw visitors and researchers alike. Whether it was a sacred temple, a social gathering place, or an ancient time-keeping machine, its silent stones still hold the memory of a people who measured their lives against the turning of the heavens. On a low ridge in Ireland's Boyne Valley stands Newgrange, a Neolithic passage tomb older than Stonehenge and the Great Pyramids. Built around 3200 BCE, it appears at first glance to be little more than a massive grassy mound, 85 meters in diameter, encircled by curbstones carved with spirals and geometric designs. But its true wonder reveals itself only once a year, during the winter solstice. Above the narrow entrance lies a stone roof box, a precisely crafted opening that serves no purpose in ventilation or structure. On the mornings around the solstice, as the sun rises at its lowest point in the year, a shaft of golden light enters this box and travels slowly down the 19-meter passage. It illuminates the central chamber deep within the mound, bathing its stone walls in sunlight for just 17 minutes. The alignment is exact, suggesting its builders possessed not only remarkable engineering skill but also a deep understanding of solar movement. The event may have marked the symbolic rebirth of the sun, offering reassurance that the days would lengthen and warmth would return, a moment of renewal in the depths of winter. While the structure clearly has a funerary function, the solstice alignment hints at a dual purpose, a place where the dead were honored and the cycles of the cosmos were celebrated. For those who entered the chamber thousands of years ago, this meeting of darkness and light must have been a profound spiritual experience. Today, access to the solstice sunrise inside Newgrange is limited, chosen by lottery, yet the phenomenon endures, connecting modern visitors to a moment of ancient precision, faith, and cosmic wonder. On the windswept Orkney Islands of northern Scotland, the Neolithic mound of Maeshowe rises from the landscape, an imposing, grass-covered chambered cairn built over 4,800 years ago. From the outside, it appears as a simple earthen hill, but its interior hides an extraordinary connection to the winter sun. A long, narrow passage, nearly 11 meters in length, leads into a central stone chamber constructed with monumental slabs and corbelled roofing. For most of the year, the passage lies in deep shadow. But as the winter solstice approaches, the setting sun sinks to its lowest arc on the horizon, and something remarkable occurs. On the days around the solstice, the last rays of the setting sun shine directly into the passage, casting a golden beam that slowly creeps across the chamber floor and climbs the back wall. The precision of this alignment suggests that Maeshowe was deliberately engineered to mark this moment, the sun's symbolic return after the darkest days of the year. The solstice light show may have held ritual significance, possibly tied to cycles of life, death, and renewal. Its builders, without metal tools or written records, achieved architectural accuracy that speaks to generations of careful skywatching and planning. Maeshowe also carries a later layer of history. In the 12th century, Norse visitors carved runic inscriptions into its walls, some commemorating voyages, others etched with more playful messages, turning the chamber into a time capsule of two distant worlds. Today, the solstice illumination at Maeshowe continues to draw archaeologists, travelers, and skywatchers. As the fading sun pierces the dark chamber, it recreates a moment first witnessed thousands of years ago, a silent reminder of humanity's enduring bond with the turning of the heavens. In the quiet fields of Saxony-Anhalt, Germany, lies a site that predates both Stonehenge and the Egyptian pyramids, the Göbekli Circle. Discovered from the air in 1991 as a faint outline in the soil, this Neolithic structure, built around 4,900 BCE, is one of the oldest known solar observatories in the world. The monument consists of a circular ditch, about 75 meters in diameter, surrounded by two concentric wooden palisades. 3 narrow gates interrupt the palisades, one to the north, one to the southeast, and one to the southwest. When the site was reconstructed, archaeologists noticed something striking. The southeastern and southwestern gates align precisely with the sunrise and sunset points on the winter solstice. This suggests the Göbekli Circle served as a sophisticated calendar, enabling its builders, early agricultural communities of the linear pottery culture, to mark the turning of the year. The winter solstice would have been a critical moment, signaling the return of longer days and the seasonal shift towards spring planting. Excavations have also uncovered evidence of ritual activity, including animal bones and traces of fires, hinting that the site may have combined astronomical observation with ceremonial gatherings. Its dual role, as both a scientific instrument and a sacred space, reflects the intertwined nature of timekeeping and belief in early farming societies. Today, the Göbekli Circle has been partially reconstructed, its wooden palisades standing once again under the open sky. As the winter solstice sun rises and sets through its ancient gates, the monument still performs the role it was designed for nearly 7,000 years ago, measuring the dance between earth and sun and marking humanity's earliest steps toward mastering the calendar. In the rolling countryside of Aberdeenshire, Scotland, a subtle series of ancient pits marks what may be the world's oldest known calendar, the Warren Field Mesolithic Calendar. Discovered in 2004 through aerial photography, the site dates to around 8,000 BCE, deep into the Mesolithic era, long before the advent of agriculture in Britain. Arranged in a gently curving arc, 12 pits vary in size and depth, forming a pattern that initially puzzled archaeologists. Upon closer study, researchers realized that the layout corresponds to the lunar cycle, with each pit representing a month. The arc's orientation aligns with the sunrise at the winter solstice, allowing its builders to reset the lunar count each year against the solar calendar. This innovation was critical for hunter-gatherer communities who depended on precise knowledge of seasonal shifts to track animal migrations, fishing cycles, and plant availability. By synchronizing lunar months with the solar year, the Warrenfield calendar provided a reliable framework for predicting seasonal changes, centuries before the development of written records or farming societies in the region. The sophistication of the design suggests these early inhabitants had an advanced understanding of celestial rhythms. It also challenges assumptions that complex timekeeping began only with settled agricultural life. Today, the site exists as a faint imprint in the grass, visible mainly from above. Yet its significance is profound. It demonstrates that even in the deep prehistory of Northern Europe, people were not merely reacting to nature's cycles. They were actively measuring, predicting, and mastering them, creating the intellectual foundations of the calendars we still use today. Deep in Egypt's Nubian desert, far from the fertile banks of the Nile, lies a windswept basin known as Nebra Playa. Around 7,000 years ago, when the region was a seasonal savanna dotted with lakes, its early inhabitants constructed a series of megalithic structures. Among them, a small but extraordinary stone circle that may represent one of the world's earliest known astronomical monuments. The circle, just a few meters in diameter, is made up of upright sandstone slabs carefully positioned in relation to the horizon. Archaeological studies suggest that some of these stones align with the rising of the sun during the summer solstice, marking the onset of the rainy season in the Sahara at that time. This alignment would have been critical for the region's pastoral communities, signaling the moment to migrate toward the playa for water and grazing. Excavations at Nebra Playa have revealed more than just this circle. Nearby, large stone alignments and megalithic structures appear to track the positions of bright stars, such as Sirius and Orion's belt, hinting at a broader, integrated understanding of the sky. The site predates Stonehenge by over 2,000 years, suggesting that complex astronomical observation was emerging in Africa long before similar developments in Europe. Whether the stone circle was purely a practical calendar, a ceremonial site, or a fusion of both remains uncertain. Its builders left no written records, only this enduring arrangement of stones, standing against the desert winds. Today, the Nebra Playa stone circle is a silent witness to an era when survival and the heavens were inseparably linked, and when watching the sky meant reading the future written in light. On the southern coast of Malta, perched above the glittering Mediterranean, stands the Najdra Temple Complex, a masterpiece of prehistoric architecture dating back more than 5,000 years. Built from massive limestone blocks, its design is not only monumental but also astronomically precise. At the heart of its mystery are the temple's remarkable equinox alignments. The main lower temple features a central passage that faces directly east. On the mornings of the spring and autumn equinox, as the sun rises exactly on the celestial equator, its first rays pass through the entrance and illuminate the innermost altar with golden light. The effect lasts only minutes, creating a striking interplay between stone and sunlight that could only have been achieved through careful observation and engineering. Beyond the equinoxes, the temple also interacts with the solstices. In summer, sunrise light falls on one side of the doorway. In winter, it shifts to the other, turning the temple into a kind of megalithic calendar that could track the progression of the seasons. For the Neolithic communities who built Najdra, such alignments would have been essential for regulating agricultural cycles and marking ceremonial events. The precision is astonishing, especially considering the absence of metal tools or written measurements. The builders relied on generations of skywatching, translating celestial patterns into enduring architecture. Today, visitors to Najdra can still witness the same sunlight paths experienced by its ancient builders. As the equinox dawn light floods the stone chambers, It replays a ritual of timekeeping and belief, a message from the deep past, written in the language of the sky. On a hilltop overlooking the sea in Malta, the megalithic temple of Hagar Kim has stood for over 5,000 years, its weathered limestone blocks forming one of the most enigmatic monuments of the Neolithic world. While its massive stones and intricate layout are impressive in their own right, Hagar Kim holds a deeper connection to the rhythms of the sun, its solstice alignments. At dawn on the summer solstice, a beam of sunlight enters the temple through its main entrance and strikes a distinctive stone slab within, illuminating a carved altar space. At the same time, a second, smaller alignment occurs. Sunlight passes through a tiny elliptical hole in one of the megaliths, projecting the image of a small, glowing disk onto a slab deep inside. As the minutes pass, this disk of light shifts in position, marking the rising of the solstice sun with both beauty and precision. These alignments suggest that Hagar Kim was more than a ceremonial site. It was a functional calendar, used to mark the turning points of the year. For the temple's builders, this knowledge would have been vital for timing agricultural activities and seasonal rituals, blending practical necessity with spiritual reverence. The precision of the alignments is remarkable, especially given the monument's age and the rudimentary tools available to its builders. The combination of architectural skill and astronomical understanding speaks to a society deeply attuned to the movements of the heavens. Today, as the solstice sun rises over Malta, its light still travels the same ancient paths through Hagar Kim, linking the modern world to a moment of cosmic connection envisioned thousands of years ago. In the heart of Malta, the Tarxian temple complex stands as one of the most elaborate and intricately decorated monuments of the island's prehistoric era. Built between 3600 and 2500 BCE, its sprawling series of interconnected chambers, curved walls, and carved megaliths speak to a society with advanced engineering skills and a rich ceremonial life. Yet beyond its artistry and scale, Tarxian also hints at an intimate relationship with the cycles of the sun. While not as visually dramatic in its solar phenomena as nearby Hagar Kim or Najdra, Tarxian's orientation appears to align broadly with the rising sun during certain points of the year, possibly marking seasonal transitions. The layout of the southern temple, in particular, is thought to echo a pattern seen in other Maltese megalithic sites, doorways and passageways positioned so that sunlight could enter and highlight specific altars or carved stones on key days. This suggests that Tarxian may have played a role in the island's calendrical system, with solar light serving as both a symbolic presence and a practical marker for ritual timing. Such alignments would have complemented the temple's ceremonial functions, which included animal offerings, feasting, and possibly rites connected to fertility and agricultural cycles. The builders of Tarxian combined monumental architecture, artistic expression, and astronomical awareness into a single sacred space. Even in its partially collapsed state, the site still offers glimpses of how stone, light, and ritual once converged here. Today, walking among Tarxian's weathered megaliths, one can still imagine the glow of dawn creeping across carved spirals and altars, an ancient signal that the turning of the seasons had come again. In the arid coastal desert of northern Peru, the ancient site of Chanquillo rises from the sand, a 2,300-year-old complex that includes one of the most sophisticated solar observatories of the ancient world. Built by a pre-Inca civilization around the 4th century BCE, its most distinctive feature is a serrated ridge crowned by 13 evenly spaced towers. These towers form a precise horizon marker. From two designated observation points, one to the east and one to the west, the sun appears to rise or set over different towers throughout the year. At the summer solstice, it aligns with the tower at one extreme. At the winter solstice, it aligns with the opposite end. On all days in between, it moves progressively along the line, allowing observers to track the solar calendar with remarkable accuracy. This system would have enabled the Chanquillo people to determine the time of year to within a couple of days, essential for regulating agricultural activities in an environment where seasonal changes dictated survival. The towers, combined with fortified structures and ceremonial plazas nearby, suggest that Chanquillo was not only a scientific center but also a place of ritual authority, where knowledge of the sun's movement may have been closely guarded. The precision of the 13 towers rivals that of later astronomical sites around the world, demonstrating that complex solar observation was an independent achievement in ancient Peru. Today, Chanquillo stands as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, its towers still casting long shadows in the desert light, continuing the silent dialogue with the sun that began more than 2 millennia ago. High in the Peruvian Andes, atop the terraces and stone walls of Machu Picchu, stands a carved granite pillar known as the Intihuatana, often called the hitching post of the sun. To the untrained eye, it might appear as a simple block of stone. But to the Inca, it was a precise astronomical instrument, linking their mountaintop citadel to the movements of the heavens. The Intihuatana is carved directly from the mountain's bedrock, its upper surface featuring a series of angles and planes. On specific dates, most notably the equinoxes, the midday sun casts virtually no shadow on its upper surface, indicating the moment when the sun is at its highest point in the sky. At other times of the year, the stone's shadows could be used to track the changing position of the sun, helping to mark solstices and seasonal transitions. For the Inca, this was not merely a tool for timekeeping. It was a sacred object. The sun, or Inti, was the empire's most important deity, and rituals at the Intihuatana may have symbolically tied the sun to the earth, ensuring its return and the continuation of the agricultural cycle. Spanish colonial records mention the destruction of similar stones elsewhere, likely as part of efforts to dismantle indigenous religious practices. Machu Picchu's Intihuatana survived, perhaps because the site remained hidden from European eyes for centuries. Today, visitors can still see the Intihuatana standing on its elevated platform, framed by jagged Andean peaks. As the sun moves across the sky, the stone quietly performs the same celestial work it did nearly 600 years ago, a silent fusion of science, ritual, and empire. Perched high above the sacred valley of the Incas in southern Peru, the archaeological site of Pisac commands sweeping views of terraced mountainsides and the Urubamba River below. Among its ceremonial sector lies a finely carved granite outcrop known as the Intihuatana, another hitching post of the sun, echoing the more famous example at Machu Picchu. The Pisac Intihuatana is integrated into a complex of temples, altars, and finely fitted walls, suggesting its importance within the spiritual and administrative life of the Inca. Carved from the living bedrock, the stone features carefully angled planes and steps, likely designed to interact with sunlight at key times of the year. Archaeologists believe it was used to observe solar events, such as solstices and equinoxes, helping priests determine the agricultural calendar and time sacred festivals. From the Intihuatana's vantage point, the surrounding peaks frame the horizon in a way that may have served as natural markers for celestial alignments. The stone's elevated position and precise craftsmanship reflect the Inca fusion of astronomy, religion, and landscape design. For the Inca, these stones were not mere instruments. They were sacred mediators between the people, the sun god Inti, and the earth. Much like other Intihuatana stones, the one at Pisac may have been used in rituals intended to tie the sun to its seasonal path, ensuring harmony between the heavens and the agricultural cycles below. Today, the Pisac Intihuatana stands weathered but intact, its purpose still resonating in the crisp mountain air, a testament to the Incas' profound connection between stone, sky, and the lifeblood of their empire. Rising above the Urubamba Valley in the Peruvian Andes, the fortress temple complex of Ollantaytambo is both a masterpiece of Inca engineering and a place of deep astronomical significance. Among its most intriguing features is the Intihuatana, a precisely carved, multifaceted stone believed to have served as both a ritual altar and a solar observation device. The Ollantaytambo Intihuatana is carved directly from the pink granite of the mountain, its planes and angles carefully oriented toward the surrounding landscape and sky. Researchers have noted that at specific times of the year, particularly during solstices and equinoxes, the sun's light interacts with the stone in a deliberate way, casting shadows or illuminating certain faces. These effects may have allowed Inca priest astronomers to track the sun's movement and mark important points in the agricultural and ceremonial calendar. The stone's location is no accident. It sits high above the valley floor, with panoramic views towards sacred peaks and the horizon lines that frame the sun's path. In Inca cosmology, mountains or apis were considered living beings, and the placement of the Intihuatana here may have symbolized a bond between the sun, the mountains, and the people who depended on them. As with other Intihuatana stones, the one at Ollantaytambo likely played a role in rituals designed to tie the sun to its seasonal course, ensuring the return of light and the stability of life. Today, the Intihuatana of Ollantaytambo endures as a silent witness to a culture that united astronomy, sacred geography, and stonecraft, its facets still catching the same Andean sunlight that the Inca once read like a celestial clock. In the heart of Cusco, once the capital of the Inca Empire, stood Coricancha, the Temple of the Sun, one of the most revered and architecturally refined structures the Inca ever built. Its walls, faced with flawlessly cut ashlar blocks and once sheathed in sheets of gleaming gold, honored Inti, the sun god at the center of Inca religion. Yet Coricancha was more than a shrine. It was an astronomical instrument of extraordinary precision. The temple's architecture was deliberately aligned with key solar events. Windows and doorways were positioned so that, during solstices and equinoxes, the rising or setting sun would send beams of light directly into the sanctuaries. On the June solstice, for example, sunlight illuminated the inner sanctum where a golden image of Inti once stood, symbolically linking the deity's presence with the turning of the solar year. Beyond the temple itself, Coricancha was the axis of the Inca Sikh system, a network of ritual pathways radiating outward to hundreds of shrines across the Cusco Valley. Many of these alignments appear to have been timed to specific celestial events, integrating the temple into a broader landscape-scale calendar. For the Inca, such alignments were not merely scientific. They were sacred acts that bound the empire's agricultural cycle to the cosmic order. Priest astronomers observed the sun's position from Coricancha to guide planting, harvest, and festivals, ensuring harmony between people, earth, and sky. Though much of Coricancha was dismantled after the Spanish conquest and its stones reused in the construction of the Santo Domingo convent, parts of the original structure remain. Even in ruin, its alignments still echo the Inca mastery of light, stone, and time, an enduring dialogue between architecture and the path of the sun.